Life is not a random series of events. Every breath you take, every tear that falls, every moment of joy and every season of hardship is already written by the one who knows you better than you know yourself. What's coming in your life is not an accident. It is part of a perfect plan designed long before you were even born. If you could see the full picture of your destiny, you would understand why certain doors closed and why certain paths were blocked. The one who wrote your story has already accounted for every twist and turn. When you feel like life is not going the way you planned, remember that it is still going exactly the way it was meant to. You are not lost. You are being guided. The delay you're facing is not a denial. It is preparation. Sometimes the most loving thing Allah does for you is not give you what you want right away, because He knows the right time will make it far more beautiful. Patience is not about simply waiting. It's about trusting while you wait. Oh, wait. There will be times when the world feels heavy on your shoulders. When you look at others and wonder why their lives seem to be moving faster than yours. But your pace has been chosen for a reason. The blessings that are written for you will never miss you, and the trials that are written for you will never be taken away until they have shaped you into the person you need to become. What feels like a setback is often the foundation for something greater that you cannot yet see. Your heart may break along the way, but it will never break without purpose. Every heartbreak, every disappointment, every loss, it is all part of a divine script that is written with wisdom. What you perceive as an ending might actually be the beginning of something better. Allah is not testing you to destroy you. He is testing you to strengthen you. Your tears are never wasted in His sight, and every silent prayer you make is heard and recorded, even when your faith feels weak. Cling to the belief that your life is in safe hands. Bend to the belief that your life is in safe hands. Remind yourself that what you have today is exactly what you need for this moment. The next chapter of your life will arrive at the perfect time, not a moment sooner or later. Trust the timing, because the author of time knows when to turn the page. Your responsibility is not to figure out the entire story. It is to take the next step with trust. So hold on, keep walking, keep praying, keep believing. The story of your life is not over, and the best pages are still ahead. What's coming for you has already been written, and it has been written with love, mercy, and perfection. When you finally see what Allah had prepared all along, you will understand why the wait was worth it. Until then, trust His plan, for His plan is always better than yours. Everything in your life is already written, and this truth carries with it a sense of both peace and strength when you truly internalize it. Every single detail, from the moment you were created to the day you leave this world, has been recorded in the divine decree. This means that nothing that happens to you is by chance. The moments of happiness, the moments of struggle, the people you meet, the opportunities you receive, the challenges you face, all of these have been written with precision by the one whose knowledge encompasses all things. When you understand this, you stop seeing life as a random series of coincidences and begin to see it as a carefully crafted journey, tailor-made for your growth and ultimate success in this world and the next. Think about it. Before you were even born, the circumstances of your life were chosen for you, your family, your country, your time in history, even your personality traits. None of this is accidental. There is a wisdom behind where you are and what you are going through right now. Sometimes we question, why me? Why this? Why now? But if you could see the full picture that Allah sees, you would realize that what is happening is part of a much larger story, one that leads you toward what is truly best for you. You may not understand the reason in the moment, but that doesn't mean there isn't one. This understanding brings comfort during difficult times. When trials come, you don't have to drown in despair, because you know they were written for you long ago, and they were never meant to break you without reason. They are either a means to purify you, to teach you, to redirect you. or to elevate you to a higher status in the sight of Allah. Sometimes what feels like the worst thing that could happen turns out to be the very thing that leads you to a better life, a stronger faith, or a closer relationship with your Creator. Without the challenge, you may never have reached that stage of growth. The same applies to the blessings in your life. The good things that come your way are not accidents either. The family you have, the health you enjoy, the skills you possess, and the moments of joy you experience are all gifts written for you. They are not earned purely by your effort, but by the mercy and generosity of the one who wrote your story. This is why gratitude is so important. When you realize that every blessing was chosen specifically for you, it becomes easier to appreciate it deeply and use it in a way that pleases Allah. Understanding that everything is written also frees you from the chains of regret. Many people live their lives replaying old mistakes or missed opportunities in their minds, thinking, if only I had done this differently. But when you believe in Allah's decree, you understand that the outcome would have been exactly the same, because it was destined to happen. This does not mean you stop making an effort. Rather, it means you do your best while trusting the results to Allah. Once something has happened, there is no benefit in torturing yourself with the what if face. The past is written, the present is unfolding as it was meant to, and the future is already known to the one who controls all things. There is great peace in surrendering to this reality. It means you no longer feel the need to control every detail of life, because you know that control ultimately belongs to Allah alone. You plan, you work hard, you pray, and you take action. But you also rest in the knowledge that what will reach you was always meant to reach you. And what was never meant for you will never come your way, no matter how much you chase it. This frees you from envy, because you understand that someone else's blessing was written for them, not for you. Most importantly, when you accept that everything is written, your relationship with Allah deepens. You begin to see Him not as distant or unresponsive, but as intimately involved in every moment of your life. You realize that His plan is not just for the world as a whole, but for you personally. He knows when you need to be challenged, when you need to be comforted, when you need to wait, and when you need to receive. Nothing in your life is too small for His attention or beyond His wisdom. So when life surprises you, whether with joy or with hardship, remind yourself, this was written for me. It is not a random twist of fate. It is a deliberate part of my story. It has been chosen by the one who loves me more than I can imagine, the one who knows my heart, my strength, my weaknesses, and my future. And because it is written by Him, I can trust that it is exactly what I need at this moment, even if I cannot yet see why. In that trust lies the peace that no storm can shake. Delays are not denials, and this is a truth that can change the way you experience life if you hold it close to your heart. So often, we set our eyes on something and want it immediately. We pray for it, work for it, and hope for it with all our might. But when it doesn't arrive in our timeline, we start to feel forgotten, overlooked, or even rejected. What we fail to see in those moments is that waiting is not a sign that Allah has turned away from us. It is often a sign that He is preparing something far better than what we are asking for. The delay is not a punishment, it is a form of mercy. Think of a seed planted in the soil. The farmer knows that it will take time for the seed to break open, grow roots, and push through the earth into the sunlight. If he tries to rush the process, he will only damage the plant. Similarly, Allah knows the exact time for your blessings to bloom. You may be ready in your eyes, but perhaps your heart, your circumstances, or the people around you are not yet ready for the thing you are asking for. And sometimes the world itself needs to be rearranged in ways you cannot see before your blessing can reach you in the most beautiful way. When we receive something too early, before we are prepared to handle it, it can harm us instead of benefiting us. You might think you can manage the blessing, but Allah knows you more deeply than you know yourself. He sees the hidden weaknesses you still need to work on, the lessons you still need to learn, and the inner strength you still need to develop. The delay is His way of shaping you into the person who will be able to hold the blessing without losing it, appreciate it without taking it for granted, and use it without misusing it. There is also wisdom in the fact that waiting humbles us and reminds us of our dependence on Allah. When everything comes instantly, we can easily forget the one who gave it to us. But when we are made to wait, we find ourselves turning to Him more often, pouring our hearts out in dua, renewing our trust, and remembering that He is the source of all provision. The delay becomes a means of drawing closer to Him, which in itself is a greater blessing than whatever it is we are waiting for. Sometimes the delay is not just about you. It can be about someone else whose life will be touched by your blessing. Perhaps your marriage is delayed because the person you are destined to be with is still going through their own growth. Perhaps your career opportunity hasn't arrived because the people you will work with are not yet in the position to cross paths with you. Life is interconnected in ways far beyond our comprehension, and Allah is managing all of it with perfect timing. And there are times when what you are asking for is simply not good for you, but you don't know it yet. Out of His mercy, Allah may hold it back or replace it with something better, even if it is not what you originally wanted. You may see this as a delay, but in reality, it is protection. How many times in life have we wanted something desperately, only to later realize that if we had gotten it, it would have harmed us? The delay allowed us to escape unseen harm and to move towards something far better. This is why patience is such a key part of faith. Patience is not just about waiting without complaining. It is about trusting that Allah's plan is unfolding in the best possible way, even when it does not match your own expectations. It is about believing that He will never withhold something from you unless it is for your benefit. Every day that you wait is part of the preparation. Every unanswered prayer is not ignored, but stored, ready to be answered in the most perfect way when the time is right. So, the next time you feel like your life is on pause, remember that you are not stuck, you are being prepared. You are not forgotten, you are being positioned. The one who wrote your story knows exactly when to turn the page. And when the moment finally arrives, you will see that the delay was never a denial. It was part of the beauty of His plan all along. You will look back and realize that the waiting itself shaped you, strengthened you, and brought you closer to Allah in a way that immediate answers never could. And in that moment, you will understand that His timing was perfect all along. Your pace is divinely chosen. And this is something that brings incredible peace when you truly accept it. In a world where everything moves quickly and people constantly compare their progress to others, it is easy to feel like you are falling behind. You look around and see friends getting married, building careers, traveling the world, achieving their goals, and you wonder why your life isn't moving at the same speed. But your journey was never meant to be identical to anyone else's. The pace at which you move, the doors that open for you, and the challenges you face have all been designed specifically for you by the one who knows exactly what you need when you need it. When you understand that your pace is chosen by Allah, you stop rushing toward things that are not meant for you yet. You begin to appreciate the rhythm of your own life instead of trying to match someone else's. You realize that if something was supposed to happen for you earlier, it would have. And if it hasn't happened yet, there is a reason rooted in divine wisdom that you may not see now but will one day. This awareness removes the burden of comparison. Because you understand that someone else's blessing is tied to their timeline, just as yours is tied to yours. Many people exhaust themselves trying to force life to move faster, pushing for results before the right time, but forcing what is not yet written only leads to frustration and disappointment. There is a reason why fruits have seasons. They need the right amount of sun, rain, and time before they are ready to be harvested. In the same way, your opportunities, relationships, and successes have their own seasons. Allah knows exactly when to bring them into your life, and He does so at a pace that is perfect for your growth. The blessings meant for you are written in such a way that they will never miss you. No matter who else is ahead or behind, your provisions will find you at the appointed time. Likewise, the trials meant for you will not pass you by, because they are necessary for shaping you into the person you are meant to become. Sometimes the pace feels slow, because Allah is using this time to build qualities within you that you will need later. Patience, resilience, humility, gratitude. Without these qualities, you may not be ready for the responsibilities that come with the blessings you are praying for. There is also protection in your pace. Sometimes moving too quickly toward your goals could place you in situations you are not ready for, or expose you to challenges that could harm you. Allah may slow your journey to protect you from these dangers, even if you cannot see them. You may feel frustrated in the moment, but later, when you see what could have happened had you rushed, you will be grateful for the slower pace. Your pace also allows you to fully experience and appreciate each stage of life. If everything happened instantly, you would rush through moments without truly living them. The slower pace gives you time to learn, to reflect, to grow, and to savor the journey rather than simply chasing the destination. It is in these moments, the pauses, the waiting, the gradual steps forward, that some of the deepest growth takes place. Trusting your divinely chosen pace requires faith. It means believing that where you are right now is exactly where you are supposed to be, even if it's not where you plan to be. It means understanding that your worth is not defined by how quickly you achieve certain milestones, but by your patience, your effort, and your trust in Allah's wisdom. You are not behind. You are on time according to the schedule written for you before you were even born. So the next time you are tempted to feel impatient or compare yourself to others, remind yourself that your pace is perfect for you. The blessings written for you are making their way to you at the exact speed they should, and nothing and no one can change that. Move forward with effort and trust, knowing that every step, whether fast or slow, is part of a journey designed with precision, mercy, and love. And when you look back one day, you will see that the pace of your life was not just right. It was exactly what you needed all along. Heartbreaks and losses have purpose, even if in the moment they feel like nothing but pain. When something or someone you love is taken away from you, the weight of that loss can be crushing. You might find yourself questioning why it happened, struggling to make sense of it, and feeling as though a part of you has been torn away. But when you look at life through the lens of divine wisdom, you begin to see that nothing in your story happens without meaning. Every heartbreak and every loss is written for a reason. That reason is never to destroy you, but to shape you, strengthen you, and bring you closer to the one who knows what you can bear. When your heart breaks, it opens up a space inside you that was not there before. This space can be filled with bitterness and resentment if you allow it, or it can be filled with growth, compassion, and deeper faith if you choose to trust Allah's plan. Sometimes we do not grow when life is comfortable. We grow when we are forced to let go of something we thought we could not live without. It is in those moments of loss that you discover strength you did not know you had, and you begin to rely on Allah in ways you never did before. Loss has a way of stripping away illusions. We often think that certain people, possessions, or circumstances are the foundation of our happiness. But when they are taken away, we are reminded that nothing in this world is permanent. The only thing that remains constant is Allah and His mercy. This reminder can be painful, But it is also liberating. It teaches you not to tie your heart too tightly to anything temporary and to anchor yourself to the one who can never be taken away from you. There are times when the loss itself is a form of protection. You may not see it at first, but Allah may remove someone from your life because they were not truly good for you, or because keeping them would have caused you harm later. The same applies to opportunities you thought were perfect for you. The job you didn't get, the move you couldn't make, the dream that slipped through your fingers. What you call a loss might actually be Allah saving you from something that would have broken you even more deeply. And when, in time, He replaces it with something better, you will understand that the loss was not the end. It was the beginning of a better chapter. Heartbreak also softens the heart in ways nothing else can. When you have suffered, you become more empathetic to the suffering of others. You understand pain on a personal level, and this understanding can turn you into a source of comfort for others. You may find yourself reaching out to someone going through what you once endured, offering them the hope and reassurance you once needed. In this way, your heartbreak becomes a bridge between your heart and theirs, and a means of spreading mercy in the world. Loss is also a reminder that this life is temporary, and that our true home is in the hereafter. We will lose people we love, and one day we will be the ones others lose. This reality can either fill us with fear or inspire us to live in a way that prepares us for eternity. For the believer, loss is not the end. It is a reminder to look beyond this short life and to trust that the reunions and rewards promised by Allah are far greater than anything we could have here. In the moment, heartbreak feels unbearable. But as time passes, you begin to see the subtle ways in which Allah was guiding you through it. Perhaps He sent you a friend who spoke words you needed to hear. Perhaps He placed small blessings in your path to remind you that He was still with you. Perhaps He gave you new opportunities that you would never have noticed had you not experienced the loss. These are not coincidences. They are signs that even in heartbreak, His mercy surrounds you. So when you face loss, remember that the pain will not last forever, but the lessons and the growth it brings can last a lifetime. Trust that Allah knows the depth of your grief and that every tear you shed is seen, recorded, and rewarded. One day, when you look back, you will see that the heartbreak that once felt like the end was actually one of the most important turning points in your life. And you will understand that the loss was never meaningless. It was written with a purpose, and that purpose was always for your ultimate good. Trusting the timing of your life is one of the most freeing acts of faith you can practice. So often, we want things to happen exactly when we think we are ready. We imagine a certain age, a certain stage, or a certain set of circumstances when our blessings should arrive. And when they don't, we feel as though something has gone wrong. But the truth is, nothing in your life is late, and nothing comes too early. Every chapter unfolds at the exact moment it is meant to, because the author of time himself has chosen it for you. When you learn to trust the timing, you stop rushing through life and start appreciating where you are. You begin to understand that the season you are in, whether it is one of waiting, growth, or abundance, is not an accident. It is the perfect place for you to be right now, because it is the place where you will learn exactly what you need for the next stage. Just like a child cannot run before learning to walk, you cannot step into the next chapter of your life before you have mastered the lessons of the present one. Sometimes we think we are ready for a blessing, when in reality, we are not. If we were given certain opportunities or relationships before we had the wisdom or strength to handle them, they might overwhelm us or even harm us. Allah, in His infinite knowledge, sees the parts of our hearts we don't see. He knows the emotional maturity we still need to build, the patience we still need to strengthen, and the experiences we still need to go through before we can truly carry what we are asking for. The delay is not a punishment. It is preparation. There is also a beauty in the way Allah aligns events in our lives. What seems like a random delay is often the perfect orchestration of multiple factors coming together in the right way. Perhaps the people you will meet in your next chapter are not yet ready to meet you. Ready to meet you. Perhaps the place you are meant to be is still being prepared. Perhaps certain challenges need to pass before the path becomes clear. What you see as waiting is, in reality, a divine arrangement happening behind the scenes for your benefit. Trusting the timing also protects you from unnecessary disappointment. When you believe that nothing can come to you except at the time it is meant to, you stop chasing after things that are not yet yours. You no longer feel anxious when others achieve something before you, because you understand that their chapter is different from yours. You let go of the unhealthy comparisons that steal your peace, knowing that your time is coming and that it will be exactly right for you when it arrives. When it arrives. This trust transforms the way you pray as well. Instead of asking for something immediately, you begin to ask for it at the best time, in the best form, and in the way that will be most beneficial for your faith and your life. You surrender your idea of perfect timing to the one who created time itself. And in doing so, you find that your heart rests more easily, because it no longer clings to rigid expectations. There are moments in life when you will only understand the perfection of the timing in hindsight. You will look back and realize that if something had happened earlier, you would not have been ready for it. You might even be grateful for the delays you once hated, because they gave you the space to grow into the person who could truly appreciate and protect the blessing when it finally arrived. Trusting the timing doesn't mean you stop working or stop making effort. It means you work with the confidence that the results will come when they are meant to, and you do not lose heart if they take longer than you hoped. You keep moving forward with patience and trust, knowing that what is yours will never pass you by. So, let go of the idea that you are running late in life. You are exactly where you are meant to be, and everything ahead of you is already written with precision and mercy. When your blessing comes, it will not be rushed, and it will not be delayed. It will arrive at the exact moment that has been chosen for you by the one who knows you better than you know yourself. And when it does, you will see that his timing was never just good, it was perfect. The best is yet to come, and believing this is not simply blind optimism, it is an act of faith. No matter what you have been through, no matter how much you have lost, no matter how many times life has broken your heart, the story is not over. If you are still breathing, it means Allah has written more for you. And because He is the most merciful, what He has written ahead is filled with goodness, even if you can't yet see it. Every single day that passes brings you closer to blessings you never imagined, answers to prayers you thought were forgotten, and moments of joy that will make you understand why the trials had to happen first. When you believe the best is yet to come, you start looking at life with hope instead of fear. You stop living as though your happiest days are behind you, and you start walking forward with the certainty that Allah's generosity is endless. His ability to give is not limited by time, age, or circumstances. The one who provided for you in the past can and will provide for you in the future, and often in ways that are even better than before. Sometimes we cling so tightly to what we lost that we forget the one who gave it can replace it with something greater. This belief also gives meaning to the hardships you've faced. The pain you've endured is not wasted. It is part of the preparation for what's ahead. The tears you've cried, the nights you've spent in prayer, the patience you've had to summon, all of it is building you for the future chapters of your life. Every trial has a purpose, and one of those purposes is to make the joy of the next blessing even sweeter. When relief finally comes, it will be all the more precious because of what you went through to get there. Believing the best is yet to come also keeps you moving forward. Life will always have moments where it tries to hold you down, where you feel like giving up, where you wonder if it's even worth trying again. But when you hold on to this belief, you find the strength to take the next step, even when the road ahead is unclear. Even when the road ahead is unclear. You remind yourself that what you see now is not the full picture, and that the next chapter could hold surprises far greater than your current pain. Sometimes the best that is yet to come is not even in this world, but in the hereafter. For the believer, no matter how beautiful life becomes, the ultimate best is always ahead, in a place where there will be no sadness, no loss, no heartbreak, and no end to joy. Knowing this allows you to handle the ups and downs of this life with patience, because you understand that no matter what happens here, eternal peace and happiness are promised to those who remain steadfast in faith. This life is temporary. What is written for you in the next life will make every moment of struggle worth it. But even in this life, Allah can transform your story in ways you never expected. You might think your time has passed, that certain doors are closed forever, but He can open doors you never even knew existed. He can replace your grief with happiness, your weakness with strength, and your emptiness with fulfillment. He can send blessings so perfectly timed and so perfectly suited to your needs that you will stand in awe of His mercy. That is why you must never conclude that your story has peaked or that your best days are gone. With Allah, there is always more ahead. This mindset changes how you live each day. Instead of carrying the weight of regret and fear, you begin to carry anticipation and trust. You pray with more sincerity, work with more energy, and face challenges with more courage, because you know they are leading you somewhere better. You stop letting the past define you, and instead let the future inspire you. You live with a quiet confidence that the one who wrote your story is not finished blessing you yet. So, hold on to the hope that the best is yet to come. Let it shape your attitude, guide your choices, and steady your heart. Even if today feels heavy, even if tomorrow looks uncertain, believe that somewhere ahead lies a moment when everything will make sense, when the waiting will be worth it. And when you will smile through tears, knowing that Allah's plan for you was always perfect. And when that moment arrives, you will look back at every trial, every delay, every heartbreak, and realize they were simply the path to something far greater than you ever imagined.